I guess it was the idea of bringing, like, not totally, like, just physically bringing up a tree or a plant inside. It was about, like, bringing it inside your head. Not just the physical, like, rehabilitation of myself going out in the woods and the physical presence of the woods. It's also, like, the woods and what they kind of, in my, taking an artistic license, but in my view, the woods are this mysterious place. It's almost like the birthplace of fairy tales, the dark, deep woods, or the night, And I think that's the surreal. The woods is part of that surreal world for me. It's the world of like, almost like anything can happen in a weird way. I mean, I was like started to go to the woods before the accident and stuff, but I was mostly like running, you know what I mean? And so it was a way to get back in the woods. It's a very different experience. Like when you're running, you're just kind of negotiating. Your brain is shut down a lot because you're just trying to jump over a rock or land on a rock, or, every step is kind of different. So I like that aspect of it. But after the accident, it was more talking. Moths being drawn to flame. No, that keyhole image that we kind of came to at the end of our little process. There's this, so like I've made these big doors, and that's the thing about like a door. It takes you through into another space kind of thing. It's kind of like a rabbit hole or something, but it's like, and I used it in the past with the moon. It's like literally taking you into outer space or inner space or however you want to see it. And it is a little bit about that doorway or gateway in the mind. But the keyhole is a three-dimensional version of that, and it looks kind of like a gazing ball, and it also kind of reads as like a little pawn piece, which I love all those little visual, sort of references that the image or the subject has inherently. There's this thing in Terence McKenna, this recording where he's talking about like we're all racing towards the transcendental object at the end of time. And there's been all this great stuff with science, like discovering these black holes at the center of every galaxy, and how galaxies will join together, and that both those galaxies will actually, no matter what way they're dissecting into each other, will slowly form another disk, a radial gravitational disk, a flat record, like again. It's funny, like a black hole, in a weird way, is what creates the galaxy to function in its spiral like it does. A black hole is not totally really understood what a black hole is. The idea on a very basic level is that an implosion, or the theory is, an implosion happens of such great force that you, like, in a way, send out all the energy. You're burning up all that energy. You're converting all that matter and everything into an explosion, a sun, the death of a supernova or whatever. The sun or the star is burning off material. And it's burning the easiest material first. So it's going through the gases, and it's burning all the gases off. The ones that are the lightest and, like the first ones are burned first. And as it gets down to the harder and harder stuff to burn, or the stuff that it's still like a fire that's being fed. And it gets to the point where it gets to iron. It's the only fuel that's left to fuel the star. And so much energy is needed to transform that material into light and energy and everything. And once it burns through that, there isn't really anything left. And it creates this massive vacuum. It goes from producing light to absorbing it. It's feeding still in a weird way, even though no light is coming from it. It's an insatiable appetite. Everything is going into this rabbit hole, and nobody knows what is beyond the event horizon. So it's really like wild. I really love to play with.
Right.
Because I think it's a metaphor for like figuring yourself out too in life and everything.